Hello, fellow parents and gamers. Are your kids draining your wallet with those AAA titles, and your free time is rarer than a legendary drop? Then you're in the right place. Two elder millennial moms who remember dial-up internet and still use cheat codes are here to help you navigate the wild world of fun, budget-friendly finds for the casual gamer. My name is Michelle, here with my friend Dawn, and this is We Have Video Games at Home. Okay, do you want to go first? What do you got this week?
Okay, this week, the very first game I have, this game is called Mars Attracts. A SimCity-like park management simulator where you get to build and manage an amusement park of any Martian's dream. Play as the very same Martians from Mars Attacks as you build and manage an amusement park based solely around abduction, observation, and torturous research of humans. Set up your habitats, rides, and attractions, keep your guests happy, and keep your human subjects happy as well, because they often try to escape, killing and destroying in the process. The demo was available for free. Game release is expected to be sometime in 2025.
That sounds hilarious.
It is. As soon as I saw it, I was like, Mars Attacks. Yeah, love it. It's set up exactly like playing SimCity. So it's essentially that. You're building your amusement park, you're building your habitats, you're abducting humans and putting them in there, and then you have to hire scientists, and the scientists do research on the humans, and when they do the research on the humans, it's hilarious because they just are so brutal with them.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then you kind of have to earn these things. And again, something will lose power. So just like SimCity, you have to have like a little power generator and then put in the line so that this thing has power. It was really hard because, the humans are constantly trying to escape and they just start murdering the guests and blowing stuff up. So fun.
Do you have to like keep everybody happy? Like I remember in SimCity, it was like, people don't like the decisions you're making, or happiness is down, and that was super frustrating.
I think so, yeah. You can kind of click on the guests, and they're sort of like, there's not enough toilets. And you're like, okay, I need toilets, and I need more water reserves, and so it's like that. And then you also, as you unlock different areas, like you would unlock a Rome habitat, and you'd kind of make it have like Roman artifacts and stuff in there, and the humans, they get unhappy because they don't have enough beautiful decor in there, and then they start, killing people.
Beautiful decor makes them kill. That's funny. Okay, awesome. And you don't know when it comes out, did you say?
I think it's set to release sometime in 2025, but they don't have a specific date. But it can be added to the wish list.
I will check that. I will watch for that one. That sounds fun. Okay, I did a Workholic Simulator. It's called Leaving the Dream. So it's by Chocolatine Studio. It was a demo on Steam. It's a psychological horror about like working basically in our current working climate, like the capitalistic hellscape that we live in. So you just kind of start out like no instructions, and the neat thing about this game is that there's no narration. It's all just about the vibe you're feeling. So there's not like a lot of reading and storyline. You just kind of go with what you're going, and you walk around, and there's profits signs, like profits going up, and get back to work signs. Like it's a big cube farm office kind of situation, and you just walk around, and it's like there's puzzles. It's very ominous and dark feeling. You start off and you're like, oh, this is an office, and then like no one's around, and you're like, okay, what happened? And you go to another, you live in the building, so you have, and then I wasn't sure what I was expecting, and all of a sudden it got like dark and red, and there's like creepy sounds, and I was like, oh, this is really horror. So you're first person, and the controls are they're standard, easy to move around, and it's a maze like with the cube farms, and so you got to problem solve and do some puzzles. So you got to look at your surroundings and get clues from other areas of the place. The graphics are pretty good. It's just a basic, like simple, but really good quality. I loved it, and it's set to come out. They wrote set to come out quarter 3 of this year, because quarter 3 is like a business term. So that was funny.
Nice.
You gotta just kind of like unravel the story as you go, and it's surprisingly spooky. I didn't expect that. So I'm super excited. I want to know how the rest of it goes, and I'll be watching for it for sure. But they didn't say what kind of price point it would be at, but the demo was free.
Nice. It's sort of giving me a Stanley Parable vibe. Have you played Stanley
No,
Parable?
but you were telling me about it, and it did seem like that. Yeah, but it was like,
Where you're kind of like, it starts off where you're like, I'm in an office, and then you're kind of like, what is
yeah. And my
happening
favorite part was like no narration. It's just go
Yeah.
with what you feel.
I love
and then
that.
find the puzzle. Like you gotta,
Yeah.
turn this on to open that door or whatever, and then it starts to get really spooky, and that's what I didn't expect. So I don't want to give away too much. I want that to be a surprise, so I'm not going to say a lot, but it was ominous and dark, and I love the play on, our capitalistic world we're living in currently, this late stage capitalism hellscape kind of thing where make your company profit, nothing else matters. You live for this job. So it's all about like leaving that.
Very cool.
It's very cool. I'm excited to see the rest of it for sure.
They don't make enough office horror.
Right?
I feel that that's a need.
Yes, office horror for sure. Okay, what else you
Very
got?
cool. Second demo I did is called Waxheads. It's by Patati Games and it's published by Curve Games. This is a point-and-click cozy punk job simulator. I feel like we did a lot of job simulators this
That's
week.
funny.
It tests your people-pleasing and observation skills. You get to live your Empire Record dream of working in a record shop.
Oh my god, I need to play this.
You get to figure out which albums your customers are looking for based on dialogue or more subtle visual clues. Explore around the store, learning about the albums and the artists while picking the best recommendations for your eccentric customers. Enjoy the storyline of the shop's mysterious musical past. You also get to create band posters and listen to music samples with your phone while also skimming social media to see what your happy customers are posting about their sweet new finds. The demo is free and the game releases to be announced.
And you got it on Steam?
I got it on Steam.
Okay.
The other thing is that it's all original artwork, and I'm pretty sure all the music is original as well.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, you just so people come in and they're kind of like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. And some of it is like, blatantly, I'm looking for the new album by so-and-so. And then you have to go around the shop and you're looking for it. And then other ones they get a little bit harder. It's sort of like when you're playing That's Not My Neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little bit more cozy because you're not stuck behind a desk. You walk around the store and you can pick up albums and you can look on the back of them and pull them out and look at them and stuff. And so somebody will come in and, just in the demo, there was one where they'll say, this is kind of what I'm looking for, and it's not enough of a clue. And then I give them the wrong thing. And then later I'll realize that they're literally wearing this band's shirt.
Oh.
I'm going, I did it wrong. But yeah, it was kind of, I like cozy games. I like little point and click and little puzzles like that. It also has a very good 90s feel because when you pull up stuff to look at the albums, there'll be like little Tamagotchis and things on the side. And the artwork is actually really beautiful. It's very comic book style and colorful and fun.
I love that.
And it's got a great vibe.
Okay, I'm that sounds exciting. Empire Records is like one of my top favorite movies. So I'm in.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to work in a record store.
Totally, yep. Okay, so the other one I did was a free demo on Steam called Rue Valley, developed by Emotion Spark Studio and published by Owlcat Games. It's a narrative RPG, and it's about a man just like stuck in a time loop in the middle of nowhere. And he meets other characters with their own, quirks and mental challenges. You start off like in a therapist's room, so like something weird is going on, and he talks about your condition, but you don't know what it is yet. The thing is, your choices really matter. So at the beginning, you get to pick characteristics. So I picked characteristics that were like myself. So I chose like impatient and awkward, and let me tell you, that mattered. There was a point in the game where I was like so impatient and frustrated, I was like gonna rage quit. And then I was like, I wonder if it's because I chose that. And then I went back and did a new game and chose different characteristics, and it was a little bit different.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the opportunity to have, different outcomes is huge here. Yeah, they really leaned into that. It was awesome. It looks great. And again, like your last game, very comic book graphic light and colorful. I found the controls a little weird for me. I don't know if it was just because I was, using a keyboard and mouse. It just kind of felt like sideways to me. But you can also click to where you want to go, and it walks you there. Again, unravel the story as you go. You don't really know anything. The thing is, it's a narrative. So I'm not a huge fan of narratives. I get bored about all the reading and stuff. But the story was like so dark and twisty that it would keep me interested enough to keep playing.
Nice.
The conversations with other people were nice, and it looked great. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know when it's coming out. It just says coming soon. I don't know a price point. But the story was very interesting.
I think that a lot of the games that I've chosen for this week and next week, the main thing that's pulled me in is the original artwork. As soon as something looks comic book feel, I'm like, I want in that. I want to go to there.
Same. I like that too. Very visual.
What is the story game that you guys were playing there? What was it called? The Devil. Oh, I don't know what's it called. The one where it's like a horror movie and you pick what happens. What is that called? Oh shoot!
I don't remember.
Anyways, it has that same sort of narrative where they'll ask you some questions and you'll answer them, and then later on you'll be like, I know that's going to come into play. I think that it went through what your fears were.
Yeah.
And I was sitting and playing it with my son, and it was like, yeah, I'm afraid of clowns. It was like, yeah, I'm afraid of this. And then later on, I was like, does this mean there's going to be more clowns in the game? And he just starts nodding and goes, yep. I went, oh, crap.
Oh, yeah. I was super shocked by the fact that, your characteristics matter. And then I was like, I need to know if I start this game again and pick differently, if it's going to have a different outcome. And it was. Because I was like, you go to the office and there's a woman on the phone, and because I chose impatient, she took forever on the phone, and I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to play this game. Why am I sitting here for so long? And then it clicked. Oh my God, I picked impatient.
If you're being, personally tested. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I don't love a narrative aspect because I get bored, but the story got you so involved in, like, what the hell happened to this guy? Why is he there? I want to know. Who's this therapist? Why are they in the middle of nowhere? I don't know. So I hope that we get more information about when it's coming out and how much it is.
Nice. I have mine on my wish list for when they are released.
Yeah, me too. What else have you got?
That's it. I didn't have a lot of time this week.
Yeah.
I had several demos. I had one that I played for about 2 seconds and it just crashed, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that one. It was an older one, though, as well. And then there was other ones that, I just didn't have a lot of video game time this week. But the two that I worked on there immediately was drawn by just how much fun they seemed.
Yeah.
And how easy, when it's a busy week, then I really appreciate a very casual game.
Yeah, same. You want something to, chill out with, not something that's going to make you crazy.
Yeah, even for Waxheads, sometimes I'll check and see how much time I put into that demo. Mm-hmm. And it gave me a ridiculous amount of time. And I was like, that's not true. I must have opened it up and walked away to do something. Because there's no way I spent 3 hours doing this demo. Yeah,
and when I was doing Workholic Simulator, it's like you get 15 minutes of gameplay, so it's short. But I was like, it ended. I was like, oh my God, I want more. Where's the rest of this?
Yeah, that's how I felt with mine too. There was also some stuff in the Mars Attracts demo that specifically says not available in the demo, and I went, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, make me want more.
And Waxheads is only one level, and then you're like, oh, I want more. So they did a great job.
Awesome. Well, I'll look for some more demos and some more cheap finds for next week. I got a few that I might be checking out.
Absolutely. I got a bunch as well. We might even be able to do more the next week.
Yeah.
So that was Waxheads, Mars Attracts.
And I had Workaholic Simulator, Leaving the Dream, and Rue Valley.
Nice. I'll check them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get Waxheads like right now.
Yeah, do it. It's a fun little find. It gives you a good 90s.
Okay. Alrighty, I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, have a great week.